This is the scariest thing I've ever done in my life, but everything that I have in my life I've worked incredibly hard for. So through the emergencies that I ran in people's homes with 911, I started to see the refocus of my brain to start focusing on the financial security of those individuals also. So that was born my LLC, the Insurance Medic. Sales year to date right now is about 30,000 with the last 15,000 made in the last 3 weeks. My goal is still going to be accomplished. Am I going to accomplish it in 18 months, or are we going to do this together in 90 days?
How much are you looking for?
I'm looking for anywhere not to exceed $100,000.
Okay, so give me a more definite number.
A more definite number would be $110,000 to $193,000.
You're talking about two paths to achieve the goal. What's the goal?
My goal is to be able to build an agency that is large enough to partner with Integrity Marketing.
I think you have big ambitions. You haven't recruited and developed an agent before. You haven't really, I don't know what your current production numbers are yet, but you're really looking at the pie in the sky way too early.
My name is Cody Askins. I own and operate multiple seven-figure businesses, and this is Agency Investors.
So we're looking for a $50,000 investment for 10% of the company.
The stakes are high and the opportunities are even higher. 5 titans of the insurance industry are here to make or break the dreams of ambitious agents.
Oh. Tell me you talked to your partner before you came about specific.
I'm out. Thank you anyway.
Meet Brandon Todd, a risk-taking visionary who revolutionized the insurance industry. Edward Pritchett, a master of networking and recruitment. Cassidy Arbelli, a strategic genius with a proven record of empire building. And Dr. Billy Williams, an analytical mastermind renowned for his ability to identify potential where others see none.
This is the scariest thing I've ever done in my life.
Ooh, my nerves are still just kind of...
Here at Agency Investors, these giants of the game don't just invest in companies, they invest in people.
So you don't need any money?
Oh, no, I got... yeah, I do.
Can I stop you?
Go ahead.
Dude, I love you, Robert. You're driving me nuts.
I'm sorry, let me shut up.
They're on the lookout for the next big thing in insurance. Their time is valuable, and they're ready to invest.
We want to invest. We've got the funds, we've got the resources.
The goal of this is to help you in some way.
I'm ride or die with
I will
this.
give you $1 for 100% of your business, but you can't come with it.
Our entrepreneurs today must impress them, not just with their ideas, but with their drive, their passion, and their willingness to push the limits. This is Agency Investors.
My name is Mike Summerford. I'm from Kansas City, Missouri, and I am seeking funding to further expand my business, the Insurance Medic. I spent roughly about 17 years as a firefighter and in EMS as a paramedic. This is the scariest thing I've ever done in my life, but everything that I have in my life I've worked incredibly hard for. It's just an incredible opportunity. Hello, investors. My name is Mike Summerford. I'm from the Kansas City, Missouri area. I spent roughly 17 years in fire and EMS, primarily as a paramedic, where I worked in your hometown of Springfield, Missouri, and I've worked up in Kansas City area. Through that time, I decided to go back to school. I got my bachelor's degree in business administration. During that time in school, I became highly interested in IULs, using them as money vehicles for retirement, because I didn't too much care for being forced into paying into pensions. So through that knowledge gain, I ended up sharing that knowledge with some of the other people in my circle, and it resulted in me obtaining my life insurance license to be able to start my own LLC. So through the emergencies that I ran in people's homes with 911, I started to see the refocus of my brain to start focusing on the financial security of those individuals also. So that was born my LLC, the Insurance Medic. I primarily focus into the final expense space with the occasional mortgage protection and the IUL build. Sales year to date right now is about 30,000 with the last 15,000 made in the last 3 weeks. I started my LLC back in February of 2020, and with that I struggled for 3 years. I was undisciplined, I had no mentor, and I just pretty much had no direction to go. With switching IMOs in February of 2022, my business took a solid pause. I had to self-release from contracts, and that took 6 to 9 months to be able to do that. And so during that pause, I had to re-enter the workforce and get a day job, because I had already left EMS as a full-time position. I was able to refocus and start training discipline, mentality, and I got a brand new mentor who I absolutely adore to death. and he has really helped me not only become a better insurance agent, but I'm also a better father and a better husband. Where am I struggling the most right now in my business is funding. So right now I have two paths set ahead of me. The first path is I grind out for the next 18 months and build the funds throughout my business to be able to provide for systems and progresses of AI integration that I will have access to soon. I just don't have the funding to be able to implement that. That technology will enable me to be able to increase my lead generation and increase the appointment setting ratios, but also most importantly, it's going to increase my ability to standardize recruiting to be able to grow my agency. The second path is to fast forward those 18 months into the next 30 to 90 days with an investment from one of you guys. That investment, whether it may be an investment into the business, or it's a line of credit, or it's a hard money loan. My goal is still going to be accomplished. It's, am I going to accomplish it in 18 months, or are we going to do this together in 90 days?
How much are you looking for?
I'm looking for anywhere not to exceed $100,000.
Okay, so give me a more definite number.
Anywhere from a more definite number would be $110,000 to $193,000.
You were talking about two paths to achieve the goal. What's the goal?
My goal is to be able to build an agency that is large enough to partner with Integrity Marketing within the next 2 to 5 years.
Okay, how large does that need to be?
My agency needs to be producing at least $900,000 of issue paid premium a month as a minimum basis.
Have you backed into the EBITDA and like how that's all going to look and like what they're looking for and their minimums and all that kind of
Yes. Yep. I've been talking with a couple of agents who are partnered with Integrity Marketing and been getting an inside look onto all of that.
What do you want to use the 100 to 193,000 for?
So I actually have that broke down. I'm going to have a piece of paper that I broke all that down for monthly expenses.
I like that.
So roughly the monthly expenses for what I'm projecting would be $18,950 per month for monthly business expenses in general. But that's to be able to hire 2 staff members, a virtual assistant, a VA or personal assistant that helps with client side, and then another one that would be a contracting/recruiter person. The ad spend would be roughly $5,000. The CRM cost would be a one-time fee of $1,000 plus $500 a month. And that gives me the access to all the AI integrated software that goes in with it. And then the AI tech to be able to integrate that would be roughly $450 a month because of the different subscriptions to have all the services connected to each other.
Where's your sales team?
I am the sales team. I have no other agents. I am a solo entrepreneur.
So you're going to get to $900,000 paid premium by yourself?
No, that's the point of the recruiting.
Okay.
And the recruiting and the AI is what bringing that together. I've seen it work with my friend who created the software, which is proprietary to him. I just have to have the funds to be able to access his software.
And you said $900K a month?
$900K a month is the minimum before you start going.
What product line?
In life?
Final expense, primarily.
How many agents is that? How many writers is that?
How many active writers at roughly $20,000 a month? I mean, that would probably
how many writers is
I
that?
think it's like 100 and...
Well, that'd be at least 45 to 50 riders.
That'd be 45.
Or yes, I'm sorry.
That's 45
yeah.
if they're doing 20,000 a month.
If they're doing 20,000 a month,
that's
about
a very strong average.
What's your
for issue
average?
paid.
What's your average?
Correct.
I mean, we have 750 agents across the nation, and our average agent probably net places 8,900 a month.
9,000.
Yeah.
Okay.
That sounds accurate, yeah.
So you're talking about definitely needing at least 100 agents that are writing business.
You said that you would, with investment, you would be able to do this in 90 days rather than 18 months?
I would be able to put the systems into place within the next 90 days.
And then how long do you think it'll take you to grow to reaching that?
To reach that point, I would like to see that happen within the next 24 months following the implementation.
Yeah.
How much revenue are you looking to project if you get to that goal?
I have absolutely no idea what it would produce. With the current momentum that I have, it'd be about $300,000 by the end of this year just on my own pen.
What's your current contract level? Average for the
average 120.
120? And where would you be contracting agents coming on board?
Anywhere between, it depends on what level they're coming in at. If they come in with license and everything, then obviously it'd be about 100%.
Okay.
If licensing and contracting and training and all that's needed, then it'd be right around 80 to 85.
So let's say your average spread would be, let's just keep it at 20 points, even if your top that you're gonna start an agent at is 100. 20 points on 900,000, but that's a big go in even for 24 months. And the most you've done in, you said the last 3 weeks you've done 15,000 all in final expense sales?
Yes.
What's your lead source for your final expense, or what type of leads are you working to get?
Facebook final expense ads.
And everything's done over the phone and virtual, or
100% virtual.
100% virtual?
Yep. Everything's over the phone.
How much did you spend to get the
So I have a deal with my mentor. He's not charging me for the leads, but I am cutting a percentage of my commissions to be able to pay him back for the lead expenditures.
What's the?
Every agent would love that agreement. I'm not saying I'm going to give it to them, but
right.
they would freaking love that agreement.
I'm actually it's not a bad decision when you're trying to get the fresh leads into your system. However, I am expending roughly 50% of my commissions to be able to cover access to his lead sources.
I'll clear the deck here. Listen, I'll tell you a little story. In 2007, I was the first one to sell Medicare Supplement online. First person to do that. I had a staff of about 40 people within all of my companies. And I had experience recruiting agents. I'd had over 700 outside brokers and all that I had recruited over time. Had an in-house staff of about 6 agents. And I was like, how do I get to sell these 300 leads a day? Well, it took me about 5 years before I got to the point where I was utilizing 300 leads a day. I think you have big ambitions. You haven't recruited and developed an agent before. You haven't really, I don't know what your current production numbers are yet, but you're really looking at the pie in the sky way too early. What I would suggest to you is that you focus down, get one lead source, one way, start proving your model, learn how to recruit one agent. You're not gonna get AI to make all your leads perfect forever. You're not gonna get a recruiter who just recruits agents that are automatically selling all that. To recruit one agent to make them productive is so hard. To make yourself productive is so hard. AI, I hope it solves all your problems, but and if you get there, I will come work for you, but for now, I'm out.
You said you're giving up half of your commissions?
Anything that comes out of his lead generation CRM.
So like 15K in premium, we'll just use easy math of like $7,500.
$7,500, that is correct.
I know any of us would cover your marketing for 10 grand a month, right? Okay, 120 grand a year, I'll cover whatever you want, okay? But you can get it done, and I can help you get it done for a lot less than $2,500 a week.
That is correct.
Yeah. I also don't see too many agencies scaling at a high level, just utilizing Facebook.
Yeah, that was my concern too.
So I want that to be noted.
Gonna burn out in those particular areas. Facebook stops being productive.
Yeah, I mean, we've got a client, and you could probably NBB better leads that spend over $500,000 on Google. They've generated over 30,000 leads for final expense, and their average CPL is $15.01. And so you could have got that done for a lot less than giving up half. You know, obviously as a mentor, right?
Right.
And I'll be a mentor too for $2,500 a week. You know, okay. I don't know who it is, right? I'm sure it's a good person, but
great guy.
I think you need to restructure that arrangement. Maybe it's short-term fair for everyone. It's not for much longer.
You're gonna outgrow that. Yeah, you're gonna outgrow that.
Yes.
Yeah, the profit margin goes way down when you're talking about points and spending this money on ad spend. So for me, I will also help out. I'm definitely out. I don't think there's enough history there and enough proof of concept of what it is that you're looking to do. I think Brandon's 100% correct. You got to kind of start the system, prove that it's working, then come back to us maybe next year and show us that it's done. Hopefully by then you're able to hit the trajectory of the goals that you want to hit. But for now, I'm out.
Yeah, I'm a technology guy. You know, I own my own CRM, I own a bunch of technology companies. I actually like the technology part of what you're talking about, except for Facebook. But what I don't like is this other person who seems to have his foot on the gas. That bothers me. As an investor, I want to know all parties involved, and I'd like to see all parties involved standing here before I would actually make a commitment to something like that. You know what I mean? So for that reason, I'm out. I like the technology part, which means we may have a conversation beyond this, but for what you've just proposed right now, there's not enough meat on the bone. There's too much ambiguity. Numbers don't add up. It's just not ready for public consumption yet.
Yeah, you also talked about the CRM at like $1,000 up front, $500 a month. Like, I don't know what CRM it is, but you don't need to spend that much, you know.
Correct.
So I would audit some of that.
Is this coming through your mentor as well?
No, the AI technology and stuff is coming from another agent who's been developing it and using it for the last 6 months.
Yeah, I think what's happening too is
I was going to say it's proprietary to him, which is why I'm not at the liberty to be able to discuss.
But even proprietary to him, again, I own a CRM. I had it built from scratch. We have engineers, everything, and we sell our CRM for $74.95 a month.
Okay.
So
I understand that.
That's
yeah.
That $500 a month is an extreme, even for proprietary. That's extreme amount.
I will add, it is so easy, and I can tell, like, especially with your background, Insurance Medic, incredible freaking brand. Like, you're a sharp dude. I can tell you're really good with people. Like, you've handled this scenario extremely well, by the way. Kudos to you.
Thank you.
You're focusing on too much of the weeds and the tech and the new flashy AI stuff and giving away too much of your business. Get to where you are consistently doing $5,000 to $10,000 every week, personal production with one specific system. Keep more of your business, start making some money, and then I'll help you go find agents to add, you know, for a smaller budget than what you're giving up now. But to like bring people and like, hey, come follow me, man. I'll help you do what I do. They've got to see you do it. And right now, if you go to anybody in the industry and say, hey, dude, I've done $30,000 this year, you should join my team, they should not accept, right? However, you have such a freaking bright future if you stop getting in the weeds and you start focusing on consistently producing for the next several years.
The other thing that I would offer to this is we hear build a team, build a network, build a community, leverage your people, leverage your mentors. We hear that all day long. But I'm gonna tell you, like my grandmama used to tell me, all money is not good money, okay? So the fact that you're building your brand, you have a mentor, you have this other friend of yours that's doing proprietary stuff, you've got all that, you're building a network, but that network may be taking much more of your money than what you would give up if you didn't have that network. If you were just Joe Blow, I got licensed today and I went out and bought some aged internet leads and started making phone calls, you'd probably get the same production without all that overhead.
Yeah, I definitely think it gives you like that shiny object syndrome and makes you look too far ahead that you can't accomplish the things that you need to accomplish first so that you can even get there. I will also say I definitely agree with Cody when you said, you know, you have this whole story and this background of being in EMS and, you know, the insurance medic. Like, I think that story is so huge when it comes to branding. Me and Cody are, you know, on platforms all the time talking about our stories, and that's what I think people choose to do business with us. And it's very hard nowadays in our industry, no matter what product line you sell, to stand out and to be different. And I think it's so important that if you can maybe invest more time and energy in that and get yourself out there and tell your story, more people are gonna wanna work with you without having to spend all this money on ad spend.
100%.
So.
Thank you.
The last thing that I will offer, I mean, I've been doing life insurance for 15 years. I started first week, I got some aged leads. And I went out, made phone calls. That's when we still went door to door, right? Like I still went to people's house, but I sold 5,000 that week. And then the next week I went out and did somewhere close to it, and then failed one week and then went out and did it again the next week. You're at that point now where if you can just do that, if you can create the story right? You already have a great story, so use that. Like, it seems like you really care about people making sure that their financial wellness is done right. So use that whenever you're talking with your clients. You know, use that to propel you and get that momentum going, because what you need to be to start building a team like you want to be is you need that 25, 30,000 a month of placed business, right? Like, when you're doing that, you're not gonna have to worry about where the revenue comes from. And then as you're looking at it, get mentorship, but you know, always just double check it, right? Double check what that mentor is wanting from you. I don't know who your mentor is. I'm sure, like you said, great guy. But just make sure you're not giving up too much, because what I've always been told as I've built my agency is, like, life insurance is an ATM machine. If you need money to fund your business, like if you need $100,000, 3 months at 120% contract level, and you do 30,000 net place 3 months in a row, you got almost 100,000, you got over $100,000, right? As long as you're not giving half of that away to cover the cost of the leads. So I would really look at that, and if you can hone that in, you can do this on your own in 90 days. You have a printing press, put it to use.
If you're gonna grow and build, you gotta have something for people attached to. You can't throw a big party hoping that everyone's gonna come until you become the popular guy by making a lot of friends. And a lot of people at your stage, what they wanna do is they wanna go out online and figure out all the things they're gonna need when they're millionaires. But they wanna skip the hard work, which is going out, doing the hard work, doing the grind, learning the skill set, having the success, having the story. So go build your story, become the cool guy that everyone wants to naturally be around, instead of just saying, okay, I have an idea. Everyone's got an idea. Go be great.
I'm out, but I have two thoughts for you. One, I believe that this could become a powerful brand to where you're recruiting other EMS, paramedics, firefighters, etc. into the fold. Insurance Medic, they can use the brand. Franchise model, maybe not, but like the branding plays awesome. I think there's something big there. Two, I would love to have a marketing conversation with you, because I believe I can get you to where you're at for about $1,000 a month to my company, you know, for a lot less than what you're spending now. So I would love to have a one-on-one marketing conversation with you, even if it's just advice, whether we do business or not, to help you out. So,
Thank you.
But thank you for being here. We really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me, guys.
Yep.
Good job, best of luck.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate it, Mike.
I'm set on the right path. I didn't get a deal, but I got some ideas and I made some connections. And so I'm gonna be able to take exactly what I'm doing now and enhancing that, maybe renegotiating the way I obtain my leads.
I love the medic idea.
Oh, the insurance medic is on
brand.
point.
Right.
He needs to.
And if he starts to talk to other, like you said, other people who are in that industry who want to get out of it, I mean,
Don't go
brand, yeah.
recruiting
and then
out
I think
of
it's
nowhere.
great. It's great with the clients too. I mean,
And you
clients
can-
will love to hear that
Yeah.
as well. That I served in this way, and now I've seen what happens when people's
So they're working
ends
final
end their
expense.
life.
100%.
Here's why I'm coming and doing life insurance now.
But now I look forward to the next opportunity to be able to not only grow my business, but help that next family.